you remember how I keep talking about, Goddess Diana, who they call the Black Madonna. A lot of them pray to her and all these different deities. They specifically asked her to block me from seeing the truth. And so they ancestors told me that. So now when I divinate, I clear my path and I make sure, ancestors don't allow anyone to hide from me. Don't allow anyone to block the truth from me. They can actually do that. They have done that. They can manipulate a person's future. This is why it's so dangerous to have this type of knowledge and power and to put it in the hands of just anybody. So when people say that stuff ain't, they don't have a clue that it's people in this world right now today using this knowledge, um, coming together in great numbers, using this power to manipulate people and move their way to the top. I know it. I know it for a fact. I know it for truth. This is what they did. It's a lot of stuff that I'm gonna be putting in the books, the True Testament books, that the ancestor told me this is how they took over the empire. But it had to stop. They sent 2,000 after my great great greats and hid themselves from them. So they never knew, because all of us in this family line, we have certain powers like dreams, clairvoyance, clairaudience, all of that. I've had this um ever since I was young, but I didn't really, it wasn't in full bloom and I didn't really understand it. I just knew that I would know things and I just didn't never pay it no attention. I didn't think it was nothing. But it's definitely a gift. And as I'm getting older, I'm honing in on those gifts now that I'm aware of them. See, I was once told that um these things, like I got a reading from my Babalawo, my godfather. These things are in your path, but you still have to work at them. You still have to work at this. So as I began to, keep working at it, all of these gifts are kicking in. Like right now, things are so clear. Things are coming in so clear. And um Jupiter is in conjunct of Neptune as of April 1st. A lot of things getting ready to change in our favor financially. And I know that we are at the forefront of that. So just knowing these things helps, keep me in perspective, and I can see the alignment of what I'm actually doing and in retrospect and looking at what's happening in the planets. I'm like, wow. Because sometimes you will get a certain energy or a certain urge and you go and you don't know why. And I'll turn on my astrology, one of my astrology readers that I like to watch, and then I can see why. Oh, that's why I'm moving in this direction. The planets dictate that. So getting back to um dealing with who came to the forefront today. It was Oprah Winfrey. It was three of them: Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Danny Glover have been the ones. They are the brulee. They have been the ones that have been at the top of the order as far as being the most powerful. They are not at the top of the order to give the orders, but as far as power, they are. They at the highest level of the brulee. So that's who it was coming after me and funding the missions to come after me. And it's crazy because just when I thought it was my cousin, and I thought I had, got, moved him from my path, then I'm thinking, okay, so it ain't nobody else that can really challenge me. But I had a long way to go since a year and a half ago, or since a year ago, not even a year ago yet. Um, there's so many different people, power pieces that was on the chessboard, I had no clue about. I just, you never know until you're challenged with something and you see guidance and answers. Like, who is this? Thank God, thank the Most High and the creators and the ancestors that I have a way to get answers. Because before, when all this stuff started happening a long time ago, probably like 6 years ago, really came in heavy. Well, 2016, yeah. After I filed that document at the Library of Congress, and after I put in a cease and desist order for them to stop using my name, because all of these people in the financial industry ever do is identity theft. They don't know nothing else. They can't create nothing. They can't create nothing. They're parasitic, symbiotic individuals, meaning that everything they have gained has been off the sweat equity and labor of another individual. They can't create nothing. Although they took power and took over, they are not creators. So everything is identity theft. They're like vultures. Anybody that has anything in their name, they want to take it over and get rid of that person. This is the way of the enemy. This is the way of the Jew. We are staying dedicated and diligent and keeping the word and keeping the law. And we are going to be the ones blessed in the end. Ashe, 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 why? I yield. Anyone else have anything to say? Go right ahead before we end the call. Matriarch.
Yes, it's Empress Ninti. Thank you for that. I thoroughly enjoyed you. I had a paper sitting on top, and it was from the Declaration of Independence. What did I do with it? Well, oh, here it is. It's still on top. It was just under a paper. Now, this came to mind because Moors is talking like they don't have a right to, or this will show you got more of a right to. It says to Emperor Muhammad III bin Abdullah al Khatib, we, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America and General Congress, assembled appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude. And rectitude is straightforward correctness, rightness of principles, conduct, and moral virtue. Okay, it says the rectitude of our intentions due in the name of and by authority of the good people of the colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states. They are absolved from all allegiance to Great Britain crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and free and independent states. They have full power to levy war, conduct peace, contract allegiance, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things with which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on protection and divine providence, we mutually pledge each other our lives and fortunes and our sacred honor. Emperor Muhammad III was the head of the Continental Congress. The Albines are the colonists. They were 35 Moors and 20 Anglo-Saxons, these Albions, in Congress. Now, they were there as the witnesses. The judge is Emperor Muhammad III bin Abdullah al-Khatib. At that time, he was
What year?
controlling.
What year?
I don't have a year on here. At that time, he was controlling 3/4 of the world. All the colonists are all subjects to the emperor for you helping us for support and a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence. And that was the emperor, because he was giving them guidance, and it only comes from the emperor. When he was the writer, signer, and the sealer of the Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1786, 1787, and ratified in Congress 1836. Emperor was running government. Everybody was under the emperor, under the United Nations Declaration Act number 1514. All colonists are ordered to leave America, and it is the law of the land in full effect. And that was 1960 that law came about. And that's when they started with the black exploitation, the drugs and the sex everything. And I mean, it just went to the left when they came out with this order, because the United Nations says what they have been doing is against what they practice, what they stand for in the United Nations. So these people are subjects. They have given their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to be here. So they're subjects. I was reading that today and I said, wow, these
Okay.
people are subjects. They have no rights.
Well, ancestors gave me a different story. Those events happened, but it was in the name of the emperor of the empire, which was Emperor Moses Maximus. And he is the one who owned 3/4 of the world. It was not the Moroccan Empire. It was not the emperor in Morocco. That emperor was put in place by the empire. These individuals, these imposters who came and changed our Bible, our history books, and whitewashed things, they didn't stop there. Their aim and their agenda was to wipe out all remnants and recognizance of the ruling family. They went about the business of going around the world, assassinating the entire, aiming to assassinate the entire first royal family of Tahuti,
Yes.
whose name they took out of the Bible, whose name you never heard about in any of the holy scripts when they the ones who wrote the holy scripts,
Right.
but their names was omitted from it. That's how we know they touched it, they put their hands on it, and they altered it. And they did no different with different constitutional records when they came into power, just like the Constitution that refers to the three-fifths, which is them. Was talking about them, those that came out of the cave, those that was a known law in, since they was created, that they are not to have the same rights as us. The different RH blood types, they were created to work for us as laborers. They don't have the same blood as mankind. So to avoid the big the biggest lie and the biggest cover up is that they had to conceal who they really are and where they really came from. So in order for them to do that, they had to change our family line, my family line. They had to change some stuff.
Right.
So that really, even though I reference the Emperor of Morocco, it always felt like something was missing. And so
Right.
recently, that was revealed to me, and I just asked again as you was talking.
Right.
That's the family line who own three-fourths of the world. What I have come back into right now, the over 50 countries, that's in
Yeah.
my family lineage. It wasn't in Morocco. Morocco is a part of Morocco is one of the countries within the empire of these 50 countries that my
Yeah.
family line owned, not owned. Let me correct that. Not owned. We are just the stewards and the custodians of these lands, and in our family line we are the governors of the land, which makes sure everything is in order and everybody has their land, and the land is to be brought back to the people, which is my job, my prophecy. Joshua
Yeah.
1:3-6, which says, as it was promised to Moses.
Moses Maximus.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, so I saw that today and I just said, wow, let me bring this up. And now I get a clarity. I
Yeah,
appreciate
they
you
always
sharing.
mix the truth. They always mix some of the truth with a lie. They changed everything. They now that I know, see, that's why it's so important to know where you come from. So you know where you're going. And
Right.
and when you study self, you can tell where the lie is immediately. They cannot fool me. This is
Yeah.
why they want to get rid of those of us with this gift. You can't tell a lie to everybody. Everybody won't go for that. These ones coming here now, you can't, they ain't going for none of that stuff. Mask wearing and this and that. They be looking like whatever. It don't even phase them because they know the truth is in them. Whereas 50, 60 years ago, they had, browbeat everybody down, and the energy wasn't in the planet, wasn't on the planet for them to uprise and do different things. They was marching and stuff like that, but to be totally defiant, that energy wasn't here yet.
Right.
Now you got youngins here that's just totally defiant. They ain't trying to hear nothing like that. They like, it is not resonating with them because they know it's not true. So that's the way it is with me right now. The more I'm honing and developing my spiritual gifts, But I always had that though. You can just tell me anything. I know you lying if you try to tell me anything. But as I'm going every day in my spiritual practice as a high priestess and really walking into this power and crying out to the ancestors, I need to know, I need to have answers. They will surely show you exactly what has to be done, and anything you asking them, they're going to do it because it's time. And if it's in your path, if it's in your true fated destiny, they're going to show you exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So yeah, they altered that. They altered a lot of things, that I'm adamant about getting back, getting the correct, making sure the record is straight.
Yeah, that's a job.
Shay, it
And the Pope
definitely
is
is.
trying to make a new Bible because he wants to keep the lie going.
No, he know I'm making the claims. I told y'all. Remember, I told y'all that he know it has to be changed because he knows a lie. He know what they did. An heir has stepped up. They know they can't keep lying.
And the liar
That's
lies because he knows the truth.
hmm that already went in. That royal decree already went in. They got to correct the record, and that's already in our charter. You're gonna put our faces and names back where they belong. So that's what it is. Anything they doing right now is not because they want to do it. They doing it because they have to do it. Shay,
Shay, what?
mama is home. I'm learning how to walk in this uh
Mad
true life.
human drama.
Yeah, I'm living a real life drama. For real. This is stuff for definitely for TV. I'll be looking like, oh my God, I can't make this stuff up. I
Can't make
cannot
it up.
make this stuff up. Mm-mm-mm.
Yes. Woo! Gonna get better when they get gone.
Yeah, it's definitely getting better. It's definitely getting better. It's just a process. And if you don't have the wherewithal to hang in there throughout the duration of the process, you don't, people fall short.
Well, it's no place else to go.
Well, we know that.
That's crazy life. Well, it's not crazy. It's just that they are thinking they're winning. Well, they think they got everything in their control, but their time is up. Hear no evil, speak no evil.
Somebody is on YouTube saying that Great Britain rules the U.S. corporation. Great Britain gives Moors autonomy through the British and Morocco Treaty 1856, which overrides the U.S. corporation jurisdiction. Says somebody in the chat, Afro Samurai, saying that.
Afro Samurai, what a name. Great Britain. They obviously don't know the family bloodline,
Mm-mm.
even
But
Great
all of these
Britain.
things, the family in Great Britain is one of the family, um, part of the family that took over the empire unlawfully, ran my great great grandparents off of the throne. So that's why a lot of things are pointing towards Great Britain, just like the courts, all of the, attorneys, the lawyers, and anybody having a bar card, they allegiance is to Britain. That's
Yes.
because, especially in the South, Britain, my great great aunt, sister to my great great grandmother, she moved to Britain, but the South was granted to her as her property. I mean, as her governance. That's why a lot of things were different in the South, because she went to Great Britain and sent those Scots over here to ravage the South. And, um, certain aspects of the land and courts and different, the treasury, different things was granted to different people in the family. Okay.
You'll
Goddess,
never
Di-
find out.
Goddess Diana Farnese of Italy, the mother of Moses, Emperor Moses Maximus, she is the one who created the Holy Rockmont Empire in Italy, Rame, Italy, Rame, Italy. When they came in and took over the empire, they slightly changed the name of it. She is the mother of all nations. She is the one who created a lot of the civilization that we know today. She's the one who created the Pentagon buildings and structures first in Italy. Then her grandson, her grandson made a replica here in America when he came and brought the foundation of the empire from Italy to here. But the empires followed through that family line. The three owning 3/4 of the world came from her, the mother, the goddess Diana, the mother of all nations, who all of them pray to for power, which they can't pray to her no more because I have asked her to cut off their prayers and their repentance. And only an heir of them can do that. They explained to me, the ancestors came and told me that I now can change the law because these people been abusing their power. The law is for people to be able to repent of their sins, but they abused that and kept doing wicked. And I was able to see that. Remember, I told the tribe that these people was out here repenting right in front of me. That's how they keep coming back. They come over here, they do
Right.
wicked, they do sorcery, they doing all this stuff to me. And then I tell the ancestors to go and get them, and the ancestors get on them, the spirits get on them, and they bow their head and start praying. And the ancestors said they're repenting out of it. So they told us stop their repentance. So that's what we do now in our rituals.
Yes.
We can't keep letting the wicked come back here. They
No.
gotta go. They gotta go. And so they're taking me by the hand and showing me the power and authority that I have. And that only comes from this family line. Because
Yes.
the ones who created all of this and wrote the Bible
Yes.
and wrote the law. That's why the law came so easy to me. I can turn a book open whenever I was having a challenge and come right to the answer. I never thought
That's
nothing of that.
that's wonderful. I have
Yeah, that's
done that.
why I'm able to. Yeah, that's how you know the spirit is with you. When you can open the book, you have a question in your mind, and you open the book right to the page you're looking for, give you the
Yes.
answer. So we are not here alone,
No,
and
we're not.
so that's why